The Hajj. The story begins in World War II era Palestine as Ibrahim's father bestows his sword and title on his eldest son as he takes his final breath. This gave Ibrahim the position of leader of the village of Taba. As the village prospered, Ibrahim felt that he should go on the Hajj, a pilgrimage that any able Muslim should make at least once in their lifetime. As Ibrahim returns, the village sheikh or priest gives him the name Hajj Ibrahim. Years pass and Ibrahim gets married to a woman named Hagar. Ibrahim eventually threatens to divorce her because she doesn't bear him any male children. However, Hagar gives birth to 3 male children. One of them, the youngest, is our protagonist, Ishmael. As the youngest of the family, Ishmael's designated position was the family shepherd. But he didn't like to kill the innocent animals, so his mother, Hagar, helped him pursue his talents and convinced Ibrahim to send him to a school so that he could read and write. From the village, only 2 people could read and write: Farouk, Ishmael's uncle, and Omar, Ishmael's brother. Ishmael's father, Ibrahim, didn't trust Farouk and Omar. He did, however, come to trust Ishmael after he helped him expand the village and thwart Farouk's and Omar's plans to get some land for themselves. Taba is located on top of the valley of Ayalon. At the bottom of the valley was a barren swamp. Nothing lived there, nothing grew there. That was until a group of Jewish refugees fleeing the Holocaust settled there. They fully transformed the land and lived off of it. They had homes, a school, and even a museum. As you can guess, this made the villagers of Taba very jealous. A few nights later, they attacked. The Arab villagers were known for being disorganized and were practically demolished by the defending Jewish camp, called the Shemesh Kibbutz. During World War II, Hitler promised the Arabs protection and liberation from British rule if they killed the Jews in the area. This, being a win-win situation for the Arabs, was pursued enthusiastically. The Muslim and Arab leaders called on all Arabs and Muslims to massacre the Jews. While this was happening, all of a sudden, the water for the village of Taba was shut down. Immediately realizing what had happened, Ibrahim ran to the Shemesh Kibbutz and demanded to see their leader. A man with unruly blonde hair called Gideon Ash came out and talked to Ibrahim. The Jews had access to and had cut off the water supply of Taba. They were also willing to give it back in exchange for peace. Ibrahim agreed, and they both went on their merry way, or so they thought. The Arab and Muslim leaders had begun to kill everyone that had made peace with the Jews. When Gideon heard this, he helped defend the village of Taba using a technique of dousing grass with flammable oil and lighting it on fire when the enemy was close. Many of the opposing Arabs died, and thanks to Gideon, Taba had survived. The Jews had established many settlements and kibbutzes all across Palestine, and were now getting ready to declare their own country, called Israel. The whole Arab world, sensing an opportunity, attacked. Saudi Arabia, Iran, Iraq, Oman, Yemen, Jordan, Kuwait, and Palestine joined forces to form the Arab Legion. Ibrahim decided to evacuate all of Taba and go settle in a refugee camp. Since the Arab leaders were mad at Ibrahim, they sent soldiers to capture and kill Ibrahim. Ibrahim and his family sent the rest of the villagers to Cyprus, Greece, and went into hiding. One day, when the woman, Hagar, Ramiza, Ibrahim's second wife, and Omar's wife were walking through the streets of the refugee camp, they were gang raped by the soldiers. Ishmael sees this going on and becomes quite horrified. When he talks to his mother about the incident, they both agree not to tell anyone about it. Ishmael had a close bond with his elder sister, Nada. He was very sad when she was sent to be a babysitter in another part of Palestine. As the war rages on around them, they move from refugee camp to refugee camp. After a year, Nada comes back and tells her father that she has lost her virginity before marriage. In the Arab world, this is the highest disgrace. Abraham kills Nada and leaves her in a sewer. Ishmael, upon hearing about Nada's death, goes to Abraham and tells him about the gang rape he witnessed. Abraham, after hearing this, dies of a heart attack. Ishmael automatically becomes the leader of the family and the rest of Taba. Israel, despite being outnumbered 1 to 5,000, wins the war and becomes officially recognized as a country. The story ends with Ishmael becoming mentally insane as he cannot stop thinking about Nada. Thanks for listening.